Oh, wow, really? It's already... Let's go. Let's go. What do you mean there's 3 people online? What? The stream. Stream is streaming. It's being dumb right now, though. Hold on. Hold on. What the heck? Okay, let me just do this real quick. It's gonna take me a second. Okay, the stream is doing. OBS is dying. OBS is dying right now. Select stream. The HBM stream of all time. We're going to begin the HBM stream of all time very shortly. Announcements. Post. Yeah. HBM stream of all time. Let's go ahead and begin. Go to Disneyland. We got a lot of streaming to do today. A lot of work to do. I just made a video showing off my base too, so this way we can market HBM streams more effectively. It will be the tactics of all time. Let us begin with the current figuring out what the heck is going on. So we just finished kerosene. That means we're working on the Purex machine. We need, for the Purex machine, rubber and copious quantities of rubber. Which means that I'm going to have to go dump out my inventory and figure out what the heck I'm doing. Of course, we have everything else we need other than rubber. And also motors. But that's something we can fix today, is making the motors. Steel is also something I'll need. So we'll also need to work on making steel. But beyond those things, we should be good. Hello. Welcome to the second stream. The stream of tomorrow. Technically, it is the same day. I will take my thoughts into more consideration next time. Because I had... Yeah, technically it is tomorrow, but it's also the same day. Tomorrow, the same day. Let's hope we can get 5 billion views on this stream. Pull the channel to the top. Yeah, it's the goal. The goal is to get 5 billion views. Hey, it's intentional. I always know. I always know. Okay, so we're making the Purex machine. We just finished cast lead plates, and now we're probably working on, God dang it. Lead plates aren't doing their stuff. Well, we're working on something. That's to say the least. We should have also finished making plenty of silicon wafers. Except we're trying to make waffles of a pickaxe. That's fine. We can make waffles. We will make plenty of waffles. Oh, I forgot to organize this. I mean, that's fair. It does have nuclear materials in it. Analog circuit board. Gonna hate that. I have... only analog circuit boards. Remember, if it's possible, please do me a solid and help me out with the YouTubes, okay? Okay, this is a big ask, but my goal is to get 5 billion views on this stream. We'll have the stream of all time. So make sure to do whatever new YouTube thing they added that does this stuff. Forgot what it's called. It's hypes. Yeah, hypes. I think it's hypes. But make sure, because this is the HBM stream of all time right here. So we must win the HBM nuclear arms race on YouTube. I have all of these analog circuit boards I don't need. What are we gonna do with them? What's the plan? I have the answers to the questions right now. We're gonna go ahead and make a gas flare. Or we're just gonna take this gas flare and we're gonna move it so that way I can actually use this to my benefit. Oh, all you have is an effectiveness thing. I think this thing can take more. How do I see if you guys hype the stream, by the way? This is a question. How do I see that? How do I track it? Can you even hype it? We must climb to the top of the HBM in Minecraft pillars, so I don't even think it can be hyped at this time. Well, it's okay, we'll figure it out eventually. For now, I'm gonna burn all of this natural gas into oblivion. Are you ready? Are you ready? Watch. Hello, hello. Your name is Hello, hello? It's crazy. I think I forgot a critical component to this plan, but this should be fine anyway. We'll have the flow valve and the ignition on. Remember, this is for natural gas, so, natural gas. Oh, hey, I forgot the other one. Dang it! Shouldn't you keep natural gas for CO2? I already have, we'll be fine. I'm being dumb right now, though. So we're not fine. We have Zernox already, so we should be fine with that. And if I need more, this isn't too hard to get. It's pretty common. The problem is I can't actually turn this into anything valuable using cracking, so I have to either go to space and get the stuff for alkylation, or just do what I'm currently doing and kind of destroy all the energy here. Do I have this? I don't even have the spool on me to power this thing. Oh crap! I'm stupid. What? This guy's just watching me fail. He's preying on my downfall. We're gonna self-power this thing so I can get more oil. Since I need plenty of oil. I had to restart multiple worlds because realistic terrain generator mod, I think I like it, like since it like spawned for me thousands of mobs. Yeah, it doesn't generate caves, so it will create more mobs on the surface and stuff. Like it doesn't generate caves as plentifully. That is definitely the reason that probably happens. Well, I don't really play with... some playthroughs I have. Shouldn't you be going to space? I should be, but I'm too focused on what's here on Earth. This is how I am with most space mods. I'm like, oh yeah, we'll go to space soon, but then I realized I have like 10,000 things I can do right now before I go to space. Which, I mean, we're getting there. We can start working on space too. But it's, I think we'll get started on that at some point. Maybe in 6 years. It's on the agenda for 6 years from now. Every stream is just gonna be me in the overworld until 2031 when we actually get to space. Remember, I'm trying to conquer the YouTube algorithms too, so it's the great HBM arms race. I will take over the internet with HBM nuclear tech mod. Yeah. That's, I mean, I've been working around those materials, but, it's definitely painful not having nickel. And it used to be on Earth. Oh, what was I doing? This is an example of when I can't focus, right here. Can't focus on the task at hand. I need to grab a spool drum of cables so I can use my cables to hook up my reactor together. Or no, not my reactor. My thingy. So that way it does stuff. There we go. Very focused now. I just gotta say a statement that helps me focus. If I lose focus, realize that I've lost focus, and then state what I'm doing. Boom. Nice. Get out of here, nuclear natural gas. We don't got time for natural gas here. We have time for oil. Petrochemistry at its finest. We need more oil. Are you on a version of this mod where a rubidium transmutation device is deprecated? Is that a new thing? I can update. Oh, really? Really? What the heck? It's not real anymore. Yeah, I am on that version then. Unless he's added a new thing. Apparently I can't craft it, so that's enough to know that it's changed to some degree in the future at least. Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do today yet, besides this. Okay, we need to use this oil either for kerosene or something, but probably I would say this is going to be used for making rubber. That's the primary objective after all. I mean, we need plentiful amounts of rubber at this time, so let's go ahead and hit that and start making rubber. Yeah, they are deciding to they are deciding to remove blueprints or whatnot. Oh yes, they already have. We are definitely gonna go to space, but after I figure out all the stuff I need right now for this. I do have carbon dioxide, by the way, so I will be fine on that. And if I need more, I can always just go here. I think, yeah, we have a lot. We have 3,000 there, which is enough for 3,000 in the thing. And if I want, I can just make a barrel to store more of it. Which I'll do right now. I'll go ahead and move this barrel. And I'll be like, oh, let's go ahead and store all my CO2 because it's causing me issues. Because this thing is producing a lot, isn't it? What is this running even? This is cracked diesel. CO2, 4,000. This used to be like the worst way of getting CO2. Okay, we need more zinc, but then we should be good to make 2 more pieces, which I think I need 2 more pieces. It's 8, so yes, and it takes 3 for each one? Or 6 for each one. Either way, it's a lot to make those. We'll figure it out. We need zinc, though. That's for certain. And to make zinc, either I have some zinc powder in here, which I don't, or I can just go ahead and process this through whatever process I deem necessary, wherever the zinc may be. Which either is crystallization inside of nitric acid, which I could do that. set this guy back to what he's supposed to be, nitric acid. Start crystallizing it. Oh yeah, it does work. Supply him in energy now. Barrels now store stuff after they're broken. Yes, they do. They've always done that. You must have started playing a long time ago. My entire time playing HBM mod, they've always stored the stuff, I think. Could be wrong, though. I'm just going to do a zinc crystal, since apparently we don't have enough energy to power our base. Let's see how this does, centrifuge it. Zinc powder and also sulfur, which is like the things you need to actually make rubber. So zinc ore, so essentially what I'm getting is you can process just zinc ore into rubber. That's fascinating to me. I mean, honestly, you would just make more pipes. But also, back in the day, pipes used to be, like, super expensive. You'd have to use steel and stuff to make pipes. Like, I feel like HBM mods only gotten easier, and people still say it's... Some people say it's gotten harder, but I say it's gotten easier. Because they didn't have, he didn't have the box ducts in when I started playing. That was the biggest thing, was the box ducts. That made it so easy. It was a huge change, but a little item. Alright, so we're on to the circuitry and stuff, which is going to be fun. I'm excited. Cryolite chunks. The base is very organized, as you can tell. So what I need to do right now is figure out where I'm putting what stuff and how I'm going to do that. Or actually, focus. We need to grab lead plates. We need to make insulators. Okay, so that's the first things I'm going to focus on is insulators and lead plates. Let's see what we have to make insulators. We have bricks. It's not bad. We could, and this is a huge could, because I'm not sure if I can actually do this. But if I have sand, and I do have sand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces should get you a stack. Now that's gonna be through here, through an acidizer, but he's got no energy because apparently something in the base is eating all the energy, which is unfortunate. Because now I'm going to have to disconnect this. Give them power and give them now. Hurry up and make that stuff faster, please. For love of all that's holy. I need fiberglass and I need it now. Hurry up. What do you use for energy? I'm glad you asked. I have one solar boiler right now. And some gas flares. That means our base is just dying. Constantly. Usually I have enough energy in the buffers, but I haven't been able to get them charged lately. So, we're just gonna wait until I can get them charged to do stuff. Ooh! Insulators. Wonderful. Because that's what I need to make microchips. The start of all things that are good and holy. Microchips right here. Gold wire is also on the list of things that are important to make. So we'll need to make some microchips, which obviously with circuitry you have a lot of options usually with what you can make with them. So like, let's see, you got this or copper wire. Ooh, copper wire looks pretty cheap, dude. Pretty cheap. Grab some copper ingots, make some copper wire. Shouldn't you try to get? I have a Xernox reactor. I haven't shown you. Okay, I'm sorry, but the Xernox reactor is just stuck. It's currently just stuck and sitting here, waiting for me to get the Purex process under construction. And then we'll figure out how the heck I'm doing that. So. Yeah, that'll be an interesting, interesting thing to set up. That's why I'm currently working on this and out of energy. Get some wires going. Boom. Okay, so that should be enough for me to make at least 32 of these at most. 21. Boom. We're just going to make these, as many of these into the circuits as I can, because I know I'm going to need a lot of circuits, so. Make circuits plentifully. Make plenty of circuits. Make the circuits or forever hold your peace. It'd be cool for NTM Space to have an official server. That'd be cool, chaotic and fast. I'm not a big server guy. I wouldn't really play it much. I like to play alone because usually when I'm alone I can get the most done. Like I've made several servers of HBM mod and played on those at certain points, and I was just like, usually what would happen is everybody would come and hang out with me. And then I would just be like, all my stuff's unorganized. Everything's all backwards to how I want it to be. There's a bunch of machines that I didn't make because some other guy made them. And I'd be like, well, I'm just kind of done with this. And then somebody one time decided, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot one of these into your base. It was what was it called? A thing. He shot a airstrike designator into my base. It's so funny though. Like it's the best experiences too whenever you have your friends on and you make some good memories that way, but still, like, I just hated always having, like, somebody else at my base who was, like, making stuff happen. Because they would play more than me. Like, they'd play way more than I would. Like, they'd play for, like, multiple more hours than I do. Which is crazy. And I don't understand how they can do that. That's just insane to me. Dash, because I'm not even sure how to make one of these right now. It looks like it's polymer and stuff. 2 polymer, 2 dash, and a motor. Your PC is acting up. Sounds like issue. I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I feel bad for you. It's okay. We've all been there, probably, except for me. I've never had my PC act up because I'm very careful. Well, sometimes I've had it act up. Okay, yeah, no, it's not about being careful or not. It's about just luck. Oh, hey, there's a motor in there. I don't even need to make a motor. I like that. No motors makes me happy. No motors, more mortars. Boosh. Oh, I need another one of these. Give me the dash. I need 2 ingots of dash too. And then we have the Purex machine done, which is it sucks to be anybody who's excited to see me make this thing and not be here. Sucks to be those people. Boom! Golden coils. This is where it's at now. It's time for me to make the gold coils. As you can see, it's literally, I can type in gold coil and boom, dash motor right there. We have completed the Purex machine process thingy. What do you think of the new assembly machine? It's beautiful or what? I'm gonna like the way this machine looks. I can already tell this looks better than the Silex used to look. Silex looks, well, used to look stupid, so. And that's my opinion, so. Do with that information as you will. Would be the most dangerous weapon in... It used to be C4 because for the price of C4 or like Semtex, you just make a block of C4. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And you could just stack like 7 of these and you can crash a server. Because it would... Like... I don't know if you still can, but... How did you make this assembly machine? I don't even remember. It's just in the version. I had a stream where I was like, oh guys, I updated the version. It's in the anvil. I don't remember which anvil it's in. Whoa. This is pretty nice looking. HBM did a good job on this. I'm impressed by his modeling as always. HBM's goofy machinery mod. Ooh, how does it work? What the heck, dude? What the heck, man? How do I do it? May your Xernox work. Yes. Hopefully it will. If it doesn't, I will be very disappointed. But we also need to make a cooling barrel because I forgot that step. And it's going to be a real fun experience when we're playing with radioactive materials, okay? So, we don't got no radioactive protection suits or nothing. We're just gonna have to accept the fact that it's gonna consume our soul inside. Oh wait, here we go. That's what I need. That's what I'm talking about. The future! This is gonna be fun. We're gonna play with radioactive materials today. Cooling barrel. What does it cost? No, I need a cooling drum. Here we go. This thing is a beautiful thing. Why are you holding Glyphid's eggs in your chest? I don't need it at all. I don't have any use for them, so I'm just letting them sit there. So we eat bread. That's the only thing we eat here on this channel. Complain to the complaints department about that. If you have any complaints. We need more fuel rods, dude. Stupid fuel rods. Why the heck don't I have enough of them? This is insane. This is insanity. How much does it cost to make fuel rods again? It's like 6 steel and 2 lead. Or maybe it's the other way around. I can't remember. Alright, remember, we can always do this without even touching the stuff, but I'm gonna have to touch it anyway, because I like to touch uranium. It's so warm to the touch. It's so hot. Remember, guys. Remember what I said earlier. We gotta complete the conquest of YouTube. So do whatever it may take. 1 billion hypes. We'll climb to the top. I don't even know if you can hype this stream or anything, but we must make it happen. Must make it so. Top way to lose viewers. Oh, hey, look, we need more lead. Guess what I don't have right now? Lead. Except I have it in the powder form, so put the powder in the machine and burn it all up. Need to grab me some iron bars because we're going to prison today. I'm going to prison. It's okay. Take your iron bars, put them in here like so. Boom, 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 boom. My top goal in life, outside of this, is to become a teacher, because that would be awesome. I would teach so much chemistry. I would literally teach the Purex process. We do have liquid oxygen in barrels. I'm not really sure what I'm doing with those, but we could probably mess with that. Yeah, I know you want me to go to space, okay, but I also have to take care of this first. And then we can start looking at space as a reasonable goal. And then we'll figure out what we need to do. Also, another goal is to get the Terra drill here. Since it's not gonna be very far from us making it, so I need at this time 5 billion cigarettes or something. No, I need building materials. I don't know what I want to use for this. Could just do steel deco blocks, honestly. It's not a bad option. Could do bricks. It's not a bad option. Yeah, we'll do steel deco blocks. I don't know why I have so many of these, but so okay, so this is the part of the process, is getting that stuff separated. You'll need a couple crafting setups for, well, if this is general purpose Zernox, you'll need multiple auto crafters. Thankfully, I'm not doing such stupidity right now. I'm just doing a normal, typical Zernox setup. We're going to put our wonderful spent fuel drum in a pool like this. And since this is the most effective amount of space that you need for this thing, give it a bit more space after that. I hope it glows blue now, because that would be beautiful. Actually, that would mean there's shrink off radiation. I don't think that depleted fuels are going to do that. But it would be cool to see this glow or something. Look something, because it'd be very engaging. Like 16 worth of steel. Yeah, well, I don't need this steel. I can make more steel. Steel isn't expensive. It's never been expensive. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Steel is cheap. It's all mental. It's all mental. Boom. Now that's as you can see, it's bubbling, which means it's at its most effective because all those sides are bubbling or something. I don't know. I will now grab all 12 of these. Hooray. Oh my goodness. Oh crap. Guys, I think I accidentally liquidated myself out of existence. Crap. I'm dying. Crap, I'm dying. Oh crap, I'm dying. I think we may have made a minor mistake because now I am vomiting my life out. Welcome to Greg's Instant Radiation Solutions. Don't stop. Please stop. I should be saying. Please stop killing me already. Holy crap. Holy Jesus, man. What? I messed up. I made a major mistake, guys. How much protection does this even give me? It doesn't give me any, does it? I think we should have grabbed an HEV suit or made an HEV suit before even touching that. It's okay, because I have steel crates, I can throw it in. Holy crap. Hurry up and get my radiation gone so I can grab a detector. They don't get irradiated on this version. You're on 112, aren't you? You're on 112, aren't you? I can smell extended edition from a mile away. I smell the extended edition. What am I trying to find? Oh. All of our detectors should be in here. If I can stop vomiting my guts out. Okay. And all of our crates are over here so I can put all my radioactive depleted thorium fuel in here. I'm surprised it didn't melt our soul. Okay, to touch it. That's a bonus. That's a plus. It's a plus right there. Disney Plus right there. Yeah, I was the same way. I also played Extended Edition first. It was my first taste of HBM's nuclear goodness. Sweet and delectable. That's what I describe HBM mod as. Alright, let's go ahead and jump in the pit. Let's go ahead and jump into our death. Okay. Give me my nuclear sauce. Holy shit. Guys, we're dying again. Stop dying so fast, man. Stop dying so fast. I just need the nuclear fuels. Mask Man is gonna show up. He's gonna pay us a visit real quick. One at a time. They give you 112 radiation. Split. I should not be doing this by hand. This isn't by any means healthy. This is by all means the opposite of healthy. You need some Radaway. Oh crap, guys. This is unhealth right here. Nice. Hopefully they will cool down and then they won't kill me as fast. Alright. That's going well. It's kind of. It's not really going well. Sing me the song of Kaul Moho. I have no idea how to sing that. Boom. Just gotta be faster. We gotta move with a sense of purpose with this uranium. Oh, look at that. I mean thorium. It will be uranium soon enough. I love me some uranium-233. It's made from chocolate, so. Nice! Less than 4.1 radiation, because it's not melting me anymore. That means now, at this time, I will be able to do processing depleted thorium. Kerosene, nitric acid, and something else. Oh. I see. Alright, let's do this. Fast! Quick! Hurry up! We should use hoppers to insert it and other stuff. I think I have a few in storage if I stop dying in real life. Oh, I don't, but I have conveyor inserters, which are practically hoppers on steroids, so we'll use some of those. We will also begin making all the stuff so that way I can stop being stupid, okay? We're gonna just automate it. Let's forget about this mentality of, oh, hey guys, let me just do it all by hand. It's gonna be faster if we skip the automation process. Guys, let's skip automating. No, I don't know what mindset that is, but it's not the Greg set. We're gonna get in the Greg set here. Garden of Grind. My next door neighbor is currently drunk and screaming. It's amazing. He doesn't sleep, he's just drunk. 24/7. Your Polish language teacher is making you so mad? I'm jealous that you have a Polish language teacher. But, hey, I get to go to Poland at some point. Also, yeah, what did you do? Tell us about him. Poland's a really cool country, so it's a very Slavic country, and I'd love to go there sometime. Thankfully, I get that opportunity. It's what I look forward to. See, I don't understand a lot of times. A lot of teachers, they don't have the same... I feel like if I was a teacher, we would not have the same mentality as most teachers. Because I definitely come from a different background, because most of them are like, oh, education. They're like education background, whereas I'm more of like military background. This is literally my job right now is military. And there's a lot of education that goes into this. Like, I had to learn how to learn good. For the Xernox, I used the really shitty turbines. This is all you need for the turbines. Do not bother with the better ones, okay? You can get away with these just fine. It will be okay. Alright, so while we're doing that in there, we can actually jump back in and start working on it by hand again. She did not even include it in the rules for the work. For my and my friend's work. When we read our work exactly by the rules she gave us, then she finds the smallest thing and we need to do the whole thing over again. The smallest thing? Well, if she didn't mention it in the rules, that makes no sense. I mean, yes, that's like an attention to detail thing, but like, still, I don't understand. Don't understand. That's really not something in civilian education. They don't really care about attention to detail. They just care that you can learn the subject. But it is a good skill to have, is to be able to know what the heck's going on. Attention to detail, obviously. It's a big thing. Some scrap metal, and I have a battery. I think I'm going to try to make an improvised flamethrower or something. A battery, a car battery, a car battery. Well, you could make a flamethrower, or you could make something that explodes, which would be way cooler. But honestly, a flamethrower, you get more use out of that. So I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure why I'm trying to encourage somebody to make something that explodes. But I mean, if you really wanted to, you could actually make sodium chlorate, which you can use to react the sodium chlorate with sugar, and then it will either create a very reactive fire and just burn, or it could explode. That's what I would do if I had a car battery. Is it a sulfuric acid car battery, or is it lithium ion? Hey, I mean, explosives are fun. Explosives are fun, just don't blow people up with that information. I know that at least one of my viewers is always a 3-letter agency, so I probably shouldn't say stuff like that. They're watching me because I'm too smart. Smart is scary. Also, probably in real life. Like, what's he up to? Could be following me around. They could be like, what's this guy up to? He knows a lot of stuff. The scary thing is that smart people are scary, but there's also stupid people who don't really want to be smart. But that's why I learned a lot, so I can become very scary, I guess. There's always something I talk about is like, if people knew what I knew, that would be like really bad, probably. If people knew that I knew so much, then they'd be terrified. Let's make an auto crafter. Yeah, that's what I was about to do. About to get onto the auto crafter bandwagon. First, let's make a ton of steel, since steel is easy to make and I can show you the best way of making it. In my opinion. This will always remain the best way for me. Take lignite. Put lignite coke in here. Put petroleum coke in here. Take any kind of iron ore. Place it in here. You'll now be satisfied to see. The production will go very well. Steel. Under production. We need 2 of these for natural uranium and then thorium. Thorium fuel, guys. Thorium fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Put the rest in the storage. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we need, obviously, each of them is going to cost 5 iron ingots. So, we should have enough of this. That means 2 iron plates per each one. Put my sand away. I don't need sand or gravel or zinc right now at this time. So all of those can go away. This can also go away, so. The other thing is making coils. That will cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will make coils. Okay, now be careful, because once you have more than enough to make one of these, you could potentially make all of these into the double coils. So keep that in mind. Do not shift click on this next step. Coil. Type it in here. It pulls up motors, and that. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Which makes the auto crafter completed. The other thing, vacuum tubes. I have that in storage. Or in my inventory somewhere. Either place. 2 vacuum tubes apparently that's not enough. Good luck reaching the stars. I'm gonna disappear. Okay, see ya. Have a good one. Then boom. I have enough for exactly the amount of vacuum tubes I need. For all of it. Yes. Oh, that's steel wire? That explains why it's just sitting there, being sad, lurking in the corner of this box. Because it's useless. It has no value. At least tungsten wire is constantly empty and never gonna have any of it. Because we're using it all for vacuum tubes, apparently. At this time, we need 16 billion vacuum tubes. 7 ranks of vacuum tubes. Um. It's time to work on crafting tables, as we said earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 per each. Or yeah, it's literally a crafting table. Why am I trying to explain crafting tables? This is like the most lowest of lows. Also, if you notice, the crafting table is a waffle on the top. It's a hidden Mojang feature that it's actually a waffle and you can eat it. No, I'm joking. You need a toaster first. Okay, so we'll go to the automatic crafting table and start setting these into position. One will do uranium and one will do thorium. Both are important, so we need to set up both. Both of these machines. Inserters. Okay, this is where things get interesting, because I now need to rotate my inserter so it actually aligns correctly in this. To do so, do that, and we'll rotate these via the shifts. Okay, let me check that that's actually the correct way of... Holy crap, it's not even correct. It's not even. Oh my goodness, man. Why are we getting radiation right now? We should not be getting radiation here. What kind of HBM changes have happened to cause us to get radiation? Okay, if you place it and you're facing the correct direction, boom. Right click, boom. Right click, boom. Now, that's actually not gonna... This is not gonna work. Let me tell you why this won't work in 5 simple steps. First of all, these need to collect off of the line, so they can't just be inserters. They need to be a special type of item. The second thing is that this also needs to be set up to allow this to go around, so that will create like a rotating cyclone of items in a second. Sneeze. I need grabbers. These aren't hard to make at all, so it's good to see. And I think I have all the stuff for them, actually. Thank Jesus. Thank Jesus. This is good. Perfect. Conveyor grabber. This will allow me to grab all of the stuff that goes in my cyclone. The super cyclone, as I'm going to call it. The super cyclone of nuclear goodness. So we'll set these in here. The exact same way as we did before. So just boom, boom. And that allows you to do a super cyclone. Which is pretty simple to set up now. Because all I have to do is get this, so that way, boom, that goes there. This will go up like this. Actually, yeah, it goes like that. So boom. And then this will drop down into those. So if I set up... oh, I'm literally dying now. I'm literally dying. Throw it on the floor. Hooray! Radiation! Holy crap, that was almost bad. Wonderful! I love radiation, guys. I love it so much. It's giving us nausea 5 billion. Remember, this is super simple until it isn't. Is this whitelist? Okay, that's what we need on them. We need to whitelist them so they grab specifically that one fuel rod that's just bouncing around in there. But I have to grab that, so if I can intercept it. Give it some time. Time to accomplish what it's trying to do. Place a dirt block here. Okay, this is going to be quite essential to figuring out how the heck I'm going to do this. Boom. There we go. Now it's super safe. My nuclear cyclone is good. Trust the cyclone of goodness here. Apparently it's not able to grab still, even though I've given it all of the opportunities it needs to. Maybe there's a slower conveyor? Conveyor slow. No, there's no way to slow down the conveyors. That means you need to make an upgrade for conveyors. Called... Is it even a thing? There's a specific upgrade that goes in your conveyor, and it will make it faster. Ejection speed upgrade. Stack ejection upgrade. I believe it is the ejection speed upgrade. And it's going to be annoying to make these. And I don't want to make them. I will be honest with you. I do not want to make those. So, we will find some way to make this work without those. I mean, I suppose we could always just use more of these. That would actually not be a bad option. It's an option, that's all that matters. Boom, 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 boom. Which should allow me... You know why it's not grabbing it? You know why it's... I know why it's not grabbing it. Because we haven't set a recipe in this, so... Duh! Stupid idiot. Put a recipe in, bro. What the heck? Will this eat up my rods or no? I hope it doesn't eat my rods. That'd be terrible. I kind of need them. Okay, let me throw this on the top of this belt. Good! It is collecting. This will be like super inefficient for the time being. But that's okay. It doesn't need to be fast. It just needs to work and be cheap. It's having a hard time grabbing those items, by the way. I think that's part of the problem. It probably is part of the item or problem. Part of the problem is just not grabbing the items fast enough. Which we'll just need to get one of these upgrades that does that. Unfortunately, that's it's painful, and I don't want to make them. But we could just do what I said earlier. You know what I mean? Like, you just set up a couple of these. Give it some more opportunities to check. And then we'll go ahead and set them up with what they need, which is whitelist this. There we go. Look at it go, dude. Look at it go. Yes. Good. Now it's able to pick it up because it's got twice the chance to potentially grab one. Now it's all about getting power to all of these new machines and things. Which isn't hard. It's not difficult at all. Let me show you all what I'm going to do for power. I'm going to create just a giant grid that connects off of the buffer. So that way, any energy we produce will be split amongst the machines over there. Amogus. We're just going to use regular cable blocks, which should be found here. These guys. Red copper cables is what we need, and then we'll also need some bread, which I think is here. Oh, I need to do some farming. Alright, we'll go ahead and set up our energy grid off of these guys. They will need to have an output on them, so remember that when we're setting this up. That's why I'm not connecting them straight there, because I will have the output probably go there. And then as far as this, it just should go up to the top of this thing. So, because this block goes above every other block. I need to go to the sleeping area. Need to sleep, bro. You have to run 5 miles before you can go to sleep. It's a block above this, I think. I need to get up there so I can actually do stuff. Jump. Okay, now we should be able to just do this. Just ride the pipes all the way over. Power conduit. Time to lay some pipe. Expression of all time. Boom. Any energy produced will go back into this guy, since that's where I need it. So we'll actually do the auto crafting. And then I'm gonna output from a conveyor ejector right here on both of them. Boom. 2 outputs will go there. This is when I need to have a sorter right here. And I have exactly what I need to complete this. This is impressive. This is an impressive moment. This is never going to happen ever again. You see, what we need to make this is actually the sorter block. It's in this box here. This part is the most important part of this setup, because we need this to move items. If I go to here, I will set this up so like that. Through the bottom, I will accept in red. Boom. That looks weird, but it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Through the red, we'll have a whitelist. And through the orange, we need to have a whitelist. And then through the side, I would say we should also whitelist items, but we don't have enough conveyors now. Need more conveyors, dude. Ah! Conveyor crisis going on. No more rubber. We will be out of conveyors for 60 billion years. Actually, yeah. Can you help me liquefy water? I don't know how to liquefy what do you mean? What do you mean liquefy water? How what are you trying to do? Explain. Explain yourself. It's already a liquid. Unless you have ice. Which, to liquefy ice, I mean, I can think of a really good way to do it. You just take magnesium, throw it on the ice, boom. I have unlimited quantities of magnesium, thanks to my job, so. AKA, all you need to do is buy a pack of MREs. You'll have all the flameless ration heaters, which contain magnesium. Super useful. But also, that won't actually put it in magnesium on water, won't just make it a liquid, it will also make magnesium hydroxide, so bear in mind, it's not a perfect process at all. What I've just described is the worst way of doing that, actually, probably. Probably the worst way of doing it. But that's okay. So that's where all my Xernox rods are gonna go. They're gonna go out blue, right? Is it blue, right? Oh, yes, blue. Okay, give them the blue. And then, are you guys actually doing crafting right now? Did they actually do their job and do the crafting I told them to? Because otherwise that would mean that good, they have no energy, which means that they won't do their job until I'm ready for them to. This part's the most dangerous part. We're gonna have to throw this on the ground. Okay, this is gonna be painful, isn't it? How will I do this without sinking to the bottom of this while I try to accomplish my goal? Okay, boom, natural uranium. Take the natural uranium, make it into these. Boom, go to here, set it into here in the red and the orange. Boom, take it out, put it into this guy. Boom. That was not easy at all. That took a lot of effort. So there we go, that part's finished. Essentially now I can just figure out how to get these guys to do their job. Just press the button. They should be doing their job. Carbon dioxide gives a super dense steam. How much energy are we producing? We need more energy. Hurry up and produce energy more quickly, dude. Produce it more quickly. Do we have a conveyor that goes out? Yes, we do. That's perfect. So now that means I should have 15 depleted thorium in there. Okay, let's go ahead and power this. Or actually turn that off. Let's grab more thorium and come back to here with all of it. Since I want thorium, it will give us the thorium rods and stuff. Also, you need, with thorium, you actually need to have either a thorium that's active, or you need to have one that's, yeah, that's a great idea. I would agree with that statement. That's something I definitely need to do, something I need to look into. 3 radiation per second. Holy Jesus, man. Let me put on my helmet. There we go. Now it's back down to 3, where it should be. I'm just gonna run uranium for now, for the time being. Actually, I'm gonna move it to here. So we have a natural uranium rod. I can start stacking them in. Billets of uranium. With this, just do a core and then the corners. Yeah, This will actually get all the thorium. So when we put thorium in there, it will do the job. Alright, let's head over and grab our thorium now. I run raw thorium fuel through my nuclear reactor. And then I turn that into regular thorium, so we'll see about how this goes. I should have billets. I should also have plenty of these, which I can then make into fuel. These guys. Perfect. Hurry up and make the last batch. I know you have a little bit more life in you. In your opinion, is extended better? No. Extended edition sucks. I will say that if you want to play 112, here's what you need. You need to get the community edition of HBM mod, because that is the... this is serious advice. That is the 112 equivalent of 1710, so... Because extended edition, it just sucks. It's not even getting updates at this point, is it? And if it is getting updates, it's probably still not even close to HBM how it is intended. So I think people place HBM NTM on 118. Yeah, there is a version for 118. There's also a mod that backports create, but doesn't actually do it very well. Carbon dioxide, superdense steam. Is this producing energy right now? Is it not backing up with steam? It should be producing energy. I mean, I have it set up correctly, and I know it should be set up correctly, so. Energy! Yay! At long last, my friends, I have accomplished energy inside of the nuclear power plant. Chernobyl 5. Now it's time to power all the nuclear processing machines. What is this? Why is this just sitting there? Spent uranium? Holy crap, dude. You know, yeah, we missed a piece. You know, we missed a piece right there. Now uranium's just flying through the base. Like it's a missile. Oh, crap. It's a nuclear missile, guys. Nuclear missiles in the base. Nuclear missile in the house. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Nuclear power. McDonald's was probably like diesel power. Macca's diesel power. Our burger is solid petroleum. Oh crap. I'm stupid. I continue to do the same mistake over and over again. Help me, please. What's the point of like missiles and HBM NTM if you're playing single player? I mean, I never said I'm gonna make missiles. I just said the uranium is basically a missile. Flying through my base like a missile. We're gonna die. We're about to die. Oh yeah, we're about to die, guys. Because I don't have wood. And now I'm stuck without wood. What am I gonna do? It's nighttime. I have no wood, and I need to make bread for food. Unless I can find some way of getting there without getting killed. Odds are not in my favor. Unless I take water from here, I could actually still move that uranium to where it needs to go without the risk of death. So that's gonna be interesting. Alright, jump to here. Place in some water. We're gonna create a little bathtub, okay, so I can grab that move over to here, place it into storage, so I can then move to my next objective of getting out of here. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Execute the mission. This is too dangerous for most people. I want polonium-210 in my chocolate bar. Thank you so much, KGB. Giving me polonium-210. Can I just eat the wheat? You know what we can do? The answer is really simple, and it's right in front of my face. Boom. Please make bread. Insert the wheat into the machine. He must make the bread, and he must make it now. Or else we will die. Oh, what the heck is this? Why the heck is there just zirconium rods lying unsecured? Why? Oh, because they can't go in red? They can't go in red. Because I know orange is the top, right? I hope this is correct. Please make bread, dude. It's so simple. 1-to-1. Item matches wheat. Can you not craft bread in these? I'm just being honest. This is not even... Okay, let me just throw my wheat in the machine to see if this will work. Throw some wheat into the reactor to see if I can assemble bread using my nuclear reacting machines. I think it is actually shooting out bread. Oh, thank goodness. I'll put bread on purple. Bread on red and bread on purple. With a redstone one? This is just all off-brand pieces I got from, like, random zombies who had hazmat gear on. This is all... Oh crap, my OBS studio disconnected. What the heck? Jesus acted. We are quite literally making radioactive bread at this time. But that's okay, because I need it. I need it! This will hold my bread for all eternity. Alright, that should do the trick for my bread production. As long as I let the bread run around in there, it should do the job of keeping us well fed and not dead for the time being, seeing as that's what I need to do. Alright, and at this time I'm going to place down 5 billion torches to make the place bright, because I apparently have not used torches at all. To the point that we're being attacked. I don't have weapons. I don't have weapons, I'm unarmed. Yikes. How about you just die, bro? Please, stop. We do not need this right now. I do not need this stress in my life. Ah. Turn this off. Alright, so we're gonna need to get, okay, now we just have to find some way to get this fiery thorium or fiery uranium into where it needs to be. There we go. That was the plan of all time right there. Look at all of this thorium just waiting to be processed. It's gonna be good when I can finally actually start processing it. Please give me your weapon. I need it now. I need a machine gun. Hand me the machine gun, please. If you have a machine gun. It's okay. I got a machine gun in the weapons room. Storage area. Standardized weapons storage area. 5 billion paperworks. For real Chads. Real Minecraft players. Stop! This is the what is it called? What do police call it when it's like justified force? Oh my gosh. How many creepers does there need to be on the minimap? There's like 6 billion. Where's the one over here? Where's the one inside my base? He needs to die first. Oh crap, I'm out of bullets. Out of bullets! Yikes. This is a sad moment right now. Moment of silence, please, for the bullets that we've expended. We could have used them better to fight the enemy, but instead, we failed and missed every single shot. Alright, just reload it. I'm tired of all of these enemies in my base doing stupid baloney nonsense. Stop. Look at that laser beam right there almost. Ah, crap, we're out of bullets again. It'd be cool if this was like a bullpup with a bullpup with a disc mag. That'd be very strange. That'd be like some kind of alien weaponry right there. Alien weaponry. Bread. The nuclear bread. That's the greatest thing we invented today. How about you eat an arrow in the face, bro? Eat this arrow. It's like we're at the carnival. You don't need the apple on your head, bro. This is the arrow for your face, not for the apple. Where's this creeper over here? Is he inside of this? Is he gonna nuke me while I'm trying to do important business? It's fine, we'll fix it. Okay, we've solved all of that problems. What do I need to do right now? So we just finished Purex. We need to start piping fluids to everything. That would make the most sense. That would make the most sense to start piping fluids to everything. We'll drop off all of our assorted goodness over there that we need for nuclear stuff, so. Well, this should be easy. This part should be easy. We'll still need these, but all this lead and stuff we don't need. We're gonna need a lot of piping too. It's gonna become Pipetopia. Pipetanium alloy. AKA iron ingot. We're gonna make 3 stacks of pipes because I know I'm gonna need a lot. Duct. Alright, so here's the ducts. 3 stacks of ducts. We'll now take the ducts and we'll take this for nitric acid. We should have nitric acid hook into these guys. And if it does, there it is. We can just pipe it from underneath of the machine over to the Purex setup. Nitric acid is probably the most expensive solvent we have. I mean, we can definitely get to HP solvent right now. Like, it's not outside of my capabilities at this time. Like, we're actually on the cusp of being able to do that. I could actually set it up. Stop! This is unnecessary. It's uncalled for, dude. This is uncalled for. This is what happens if you don't sleep at night. This is what happens if you stay up playing video games for 6 days straight. You know, ever since I ran into that tree, my eye is not the same. It just keeps twitching. I can feel it twitching. It just doesn't feel right. It's wrong. See, I ran into a tree at nighttime, and somehow the branch managed to hit my eye, which shouldn't have happened. Because I was wearing protection, so like, how the heck? But it still hit my eye, and it hit pretty hard. Through my protective gear. And I was like... all I saw was the yellow outline of the branch because of how hard it hit me. In the eye. It was like... And now all I can feel in my eye is that it's twitching. Constantly. I love this job. It's amazing. It gives so much. So much pain. It's not even worth it. Pain's... I don't even know, man. Besides the pain, what do I get? Nothing. Probably. Like a few benefits. But they're good benefits. But at the same time, I could have another job. It gives me so much better stuff. So much better stuff. I'd rather have certifications and stuff than just be crippled when I retire. It's gonna suck. You can get certifications without being crippled when you retire. This is fabulous. And I should have thought harder about it before I decided to do my decisions. Because I'm an idiot. I did not do that. Well, I lacked common sense. Now I have common sense to know like what's up, probably. There's my nitric acid. All of it is in here now. We just need kerosene. Which can either be piped over or somehow barreled over. We'll probably just do pipes, honestly. And drones are a pain. Please avoid drones at all costs. They don't even make a noise that scares me at this time. They don't make the scary noise like they used to. Well, they never made a scary noise in HBM, but in real life they make a scary noise, so... It's a noise you will never unhear as a drone. It will change your life. You just hear a buzzing in the distance. You know what that means. It's drone time. Drone time. Doesn't matter what the drone is doing, but it's doing something nefarious. It's up to no good. This is the piping of all time right here. Super good piping. Yes. Totally. How to pipe kerosene 5 billion kilometers. Step 1. Make ducts. Step 2. Don't use drones. Step 3. Pipe. We'll be getting that Terra drill sooner than we know it. That's the goal. That's my goal right now. Get a Terra drill and get HEV armor. Since those two things will carry us to the future. To glory, if you will. It's all I need. It's gonna be nighttime soon, and then the monsters are gonna come and they're gonna blow up your stuff while you're working on it. Oh, you know, if you don't play Minecraft on at least dangerous difficulty, then you're not playing the game at all. It's okay. It's okay, guys. I understand. I will set the game mode to peaceful now. Oh, but setting the game mode to peaceful is cheating. It's okay, guys. It's okay. There's no wrong way to play the game, as long as you're having fun. I'm gonna pipe it through the ground so it looks the same. Because I like it to look the same. Which comes out of the ground, out of nowhere. Oh, look, there's our kerosene pipeline. Oh, where the heck does it go through? Through here. The ground. Oh, wait, did I set it all in nitric acid? Oops. I needed to set it to kerosene. Kerosene linguine. Kerosene linguine? Ah, that's what it would be. It's like gasoline fettuccine. Kerosene all the way. That's what I want to see. Ah, the one pipe that was going to mess it all up. Alright, let's see how much expensiveness this will cost me. I don't want my base getting blown up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm done with that. We're going to set it to peaceful mode for now. Since there's no real point in us having it any higher. There's no point in even fighting Maskman anymore. Ever since V1 was untimely destroyed and replaced with stupid baloney that doesn't give you an extra speed, make your FOV 6 billion. There's no point in fighting Maskman anymore. Other than maybe something else, like a coin or something. That really bothered me when V1 was removed from HBM mod. Oh, it made me sad. It's like when they added diorite to regular Minecraft. Super sad moment right there. Super depressing moment of all time. Minecraft was made sad in one moment when Mojang decided, let's get rid of just pure stone. Let's add in all this extra stuff to dilute the stones. Ooh! Uranium! Uranium, plutonium, something, other thing. Gives you back some thorium-232. Great! That's just great! You know what we're gonna do next? I'm gonna head to the oil barrels. We're gonna fill up our oil barrels. Okay, we're gonna start working on technetium. Technetium. Because technetium is the future, my friends. Well, actually, we also need bismuth, so... technetium, bismuth, vacuum oil is coming soon. Like, it's guaranteed that I will have vacuum oil within the near future. What is this? It's full of oil. Perfect, because I could use more of that. Let's go. Let's fill up our oil, since that's what I need to do. Fill up our oil at the well. The oil well. I guess it isn't an oil well, technically. It would be what it would be called, right? Give me more oil now. I need it faster, dude. Oil pumps through my veins, dude. It's good stuff. Oil goes in my deep fryer to make more chicken nuggets. Just head over to the place and set up my oil into the things. If we have more pipes, I could probably just pipe it into here, honestly. I don't see why I wouldn't do that. Just start piping oil to make kerosene. Alright, guys. We got limited oil here. It's okay, I'm going to turn it all into kerosene instead of also rubber. We need rubber, a lot of it. We need a lot of rubber, guys. Makes kerosene. What the heck? How are we out of power in the base? That just doesn't make sense. It's fine, guys. It's okay. It's okay, guys. Just Plug that in there. Boom! Oh crap, we're running out of power even faster. Turn on the machine, quick. We must make nuclear Chernobyl power. Alright, we've proceeded to make enough kerosene at this time. This is good. This is going good. This is going to be very fun when I have to set up the actual sorting for this, because it's going to be painful. Currently we were producing thorium and so much random stuff too. Am I actually going to sort this even? Alright, we are getting kerosene. Oh, we're getting power back. That's good. Yo! I love the Purex process. It's actually cool. By the way, in real life, this uses like something. I forgot what it was. It was like DMH or something. Holy crap! Let's go. This is the coolest machine that HBM has added into Nuclear Tech Mod by far. I love this machine, HBM. It's so good. HB Jesus, your machine is so good. Let's go ahead and fix the aromatic hydrocarbons at the oil setup over here. Since we have the pipes on us, we might as well do that. We need to make... Oh, look, there's heating oil going to here. The drone's really flying fast right now to deliver some heating oil. That's super cool. Super cool, dude. Yeah, so here we're making this. But we also need to get aromatic hydrocarbons from one side of my oil setup to the other. I.e., I need to find a pipe that allows me to pipe the aromatic hydrocarbons out of here. There should be a pipe somewhere here that says aromatic hydrocarbons on it. Or find some other way to get it there. Yeah, no. This is the only one. So this is our start point here. We'll dig down and see how we can get oil and stuff to here. Okay, so this looks good. Looks good for this stuff. Boom. Go down under the ground. Start piping. Cover that with dirt so it looks okay on the surface. And then continue to excavate all the way to the place where I believe there's going to be what I'm looking for. So this way. And then we'll pop out and see where it's at, actually. On the other side. Coker naphtha. This is where piping is going to become impossible. Okay, so there's the coker unit, and if I know where the coker unit's at, all I need to do is continue to pipe underneath all of the pipes here and the machine itself. Take a quick turn. Oh, yeah, that's gonna look amazing on the bottom. So, turn here. We should just be able to pop out right there. Boom. We just need to get aromatic hydrocarbons extracted from this thing, so either through there or through somehow... I guess we do this in the ground. Right, that's the carbon dioxide. But also we need to do this, like this. Which allows me to pipe through here. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. There we go. It's looking good. Looks like it works, probably. All I have to do now is set that to aromatic hydrocarbons and everything will be okay. The base will run perfectly fine. Aromatic hydrocarbons, which now has none, so it can continue to do its job. And all of the aromatic hydrocarbons go to here. So we can destroy petroleum. Because we produce so much petroleum gas here, it's not even funny. Like, I can't even keep up with my oil setup, that it's clogging our oil backup. So, like, yeah, we couldn't even make oil here for a little bit. That's sad. Thankfully, I fixed it using that method. And then we can just have a drone that pipes the, yeah, have a drone that pipes the other stuff back and forth. Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, technically, it's not hard. We could probably do it. I'm not gonna say it's not hard. It would be a challenge for me to set up the drone again. I still need my hazmat suit on, because we're still gonna be working with nuclear materials for a while. As you can see, we're just gonna be waiting on kerosene production for the most part. Which is kind of, I mean, that's a little disappointing, but I can work on that in a bit. It's going to be tiny piles of nuclear waste, which we don't really have much usages for, from what I understand, what I remember. This is mostly just something you want to shred, because it's useless. So you shred it to dust, and you don't have an issue with it. You can throw in lava then. Let's see. So we have thorium-232. We also have, we can do the processing for the other stuff as well. However, let's go ahead and focus on moving these items. That's what I'm gonna, sorting. The sorting process. You see, we have several outputs of this. It would make the most sense to just do conveyor outputs that will output items based on a filter. Or, in other words, I want all of my fuel-related items to go to one spot. I want my thorium to come out here for some special plans I have for it. AKA, we are going to make the thorium great again. Quite literally. So this is going to require me to set up the an assembly setup, pretty much. And then we also can connect this. Stop. It's not ready. It's not ready yet. Jesus. Okay. Whitelist this. 238 is kind of useful for a lot of things. That's gonna go on its own. With 238, you can make actual fuel uranium. And 233 now, we have the capabilities to technically assemble the fuel uranium stuff. This is gonna go in there, obviously. So the reason I'm running this setup as I am is because I want to be able to take these and make them into billets again. That's when it becomes super handy to do. Super handy. We're gonna whitelist those items. And then on this one, we will do nuclear fuel, since it's quite useless. And I don't want it in my base, so I'm gonna take it to here. I'm gonna place it here. We're gonna set whitelist that, because it's so useless, I don't want it in my base. And then we're gonna pipe it 6 billion miles to a shredder to shred it. I'm joking. That essentially is how I'm gonna do my setup for that, because I want to be able to process these things. It's time to see what 233 is capable of, because I know that with the Uranium-233 now being available to us. We have a lot of the new options as far as Zernox goes. U-233, wow, 233, dudes. Ooh. You can just make it straight into fuel billets, which is nice. That is pretty good. Isn't this also used in other stuff? You can make it into 233 fuel rods. The question is dividing it. Should I divide my 233 to make these? And with 238, you can also make rods of those, can't you? Negative. Okay. But this is still valuable because this allows you to take pretty much every single other resource we have available in there. Let's see. When we run the raw uranium out of there, we'll see how that does as well. Okay, let's start my kerosene production again because I need more kerosene, so. This part's so painful because we don't have drones to do it. Let's just get a drone to do this for us. That's what I'm thinking. Let's just get it. Let's set up a. It's painful to set up drones, dude. It's painful to set up drones. We need to call drone support if I want to set up a drone to do this. Oil. Boom. That's one, and then we have to have two. Second one's also going to be oil. Perfect, dude. I love oil. Oh my gosh, it wasn't the correct one? Holy crap, dude. Oil. 32,000 liters of oil are available now. 32,000 liters of oil are available for tasking. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do with the oil. I'm gonna take the oil to my setup, and we're just gonna turn this into kerosene. Process my kerosene, please. Good. Kerosene is good. Look at that go. Heavy oil's blocked. How on earth is heavy oil blocked? Oh, it's bitumen. Hurry up, we're waiting on you, bitumen. We're waiting on you, bitumen. Waiting so hard on bitumen right now. It's sad. Now it's just gonna do that. Alright, so with this, we have a lot of things we need to consider. Primarily, I don't really want to have the 238 in there, so I'm going to remove the 238 from this. I'm going to place in the other ones. This is the less radioactive of them. Set it to white. And then 238. Okay. We have reactor-grade plutonium now. That's where we get technetium, by the way. It's when we start making technetium. Awesome, it does everything. It changes automatically, too. HBM, you did a good job on this one. The machine looks good, and it functions perfectly, as I would expect this machine should function. So, this is where this needs to go. Reactor-grade plutonium is our best friend. It's super radioactive, by the way. Oh, I have 239 as well, which is able to be made into the legendary substance known as, if I remember correctly, it's known as, shove that in there. Whitelist that. Okay, I have reactor-grade plutonium on me. This is used in pretty much primarily just making weapons, so that's what that's good for. It's not stuff I'm interested in at this time, in this playthrough. But it is useful for that, so that's good. Alright, so with this, what I will now be able to do is say, oh, I want my thorium to be made into thorium-232. The only thing that I actually can't make here is going to be the natural uranium to power the first Zernox reactor. The second Zernox reactor now has the potential to be powered with either my 233, so I could make, obviously 233 is a pretty good fuel. This is also great in a PWR, if I remember correctly. I ran a lot of PWRs off of this. Plutonium-239 is the primary thing for those. If we check here, I have 239 PWR rod. It's a pretty good rod to use. So if I go and design a PWR, we will use 239 probably, since it's only really used in weapons, but we have the potential to use it there. So the other things besides this are going to be setting up those, as I said, dang it, this doesn't work. It doesn't work! Setting up the billet production is going to be a big thing, so we can resupply our rods pretty much. Of course, I could just, be like, oh, well, I'm going to make it by hand. Okay, so where I'm at currently with this, we need to be able to regulate the amount. This is going to get stupid, or I'm going to do redstone engineering, and it's going to get stupid. Alright, let me explain. So, essentially what we need to do is create a system that incrementally counts out how many of these it needs. Essentially, I need to only be able to have this number in here, which is 12 thorium fuel rods. So, that means that 12 Zernox rods that we produce in here need to be sent to there to make those in the second stage after we make billets, which is very complicated. What I mean is that I will have to build redstone that prevents more than 12 and then somehow is able to detect exactly how many are in here. So let's start. If we were to put this on paper, what I wanted to do, it starts with detecting the amount of these in here. So if it has 12, then we know we can't have more go to there. So we'll cut off that. Problem is with that is that is super above my brain right now, above my comprehension, because there's no way to detect if they're in here. So we have to do a detect if they pass through a conveyor somehow, or a storage container somehow. It can be done using a crate, and then it will detect if the crate's been activated 12 times through comparator. Boom. But then we also need to know if uranium or thorium comes out of here. And I think I have the actual answer to this. So I'll go ahead and explain what that would be. Essentially, what happens is that if anything comes out of here, I will need to detect that to subtract from the number that's over there. So essentially, we need an adder and a subtractor for an incrementation device, which would not be fun to make in this area, in this compact of a space, but it would be it's not outside of my realm of engineering. It's something I can definitely set up, but the problem is I might have to rework this. So, let's figure it out. What exactly is going to need to be done to make that happen? Or we could alternatively find another way of doing it. Another way of counting out how many pieces of thorium are in there. Because we know there's always going to be 12 right now. If one thorium comes out of here and goes through here, then we just detect, oh, there's a thorium that passed through here. We can divide it by 2 because it will create 2 thorium rods. So then that means that thorium needs to export on its own pathway. Yes, that would be the way to do it. So thorium exports up this way, and then we'll, okay, go from there. That will create my incrementation device to be like, okay, well, here's 1 thorium, here's 2 thoriums, 3 thoriums, more thoriums. That will basically say, oh, well, we have a thorium coming out, we need to send a rod, a Xernox rod to there. That's another way of doing it. Instead of counting, we can just be like, well, we just lost a thorium. Divide the amount by 2, or pulse extend, so that way but if you get multiple through there, you need to have the exact amount, so that way as it passes through, it doesn't matter if there's 2 passing through or not. So I guess we could just say a signal strength of 2. This is a very interesting problem that I'm going to love to solve, and I'm going to do it with you guys live on stream. This is the engineering of all time right here. And it shouldn't be hard at all. It shouldn't be difficult. It should be relatively simple. Let's grab a crate of all of our machinery components too, just because I want to have these on hand, as I'm going to be working pretty closely with the machine side of things. Alright, we're going to need redstone. We're going to need copious quantities of that. And then we're going to need some quartz as well. Quartz is a good thing for redstone. Oh my gosh, dude. What the heck? Ah, thank goodness it didn't do any damage to my stuff. It looks huge, though. What is this, a giant space rock? This is why we wear the helmet thing that has this. Otherwise, that would be gone right now. We'll go up there and destroy that eventually. For now, we need to figure out the stuff with this. Make quartz in this. So there we go, we have quartz, we have all of our stuff ready to go, and all I have to do is get some torches and stone. Stone I have plenty of. So we're going to make some redstone today. And I also need a screwdriver. It could be a dash screwdriver, that'd be the smart way to go. Since we use the screwdriver so much, we might even have more screwdrivers, I'm being honest. Should make a dash one to make it simple. I think it's just those and one of these. Dash screwdriver. Alright, so with the dash screwdriver ready to go, I can just start my routing for this. First step of routing, it's going to be like that. Remove anything from purple. Get rid of the whitelist and turn it off. Remove that. We're going to also remove... Okay, so it's only set to uranium at this time. So that's perfect. Just how we need it to be. We're going to set up the counting system. This will go up into a actual... Oh, I didn't grab the crate at all. I'll go grab the crate now. It's gonna go into one of our crates too. We could just make a paper crate or something like that. Something really cheap. Blueprint crate, whatever it may be. Something cheap that allows us to get this done. Okay, there we go. Do we have... This is the machine chest, right? Okay. So for a pass-through incrementation system, that's going to have to handle potentially 2 items. There's either 2 ways of doing this. I either split the items, so that way, A, there's only 1 item that goes through the actual sensor. And B, I mean, it still works that way. I mean, that isn't actually a bad way of doing it, but it's a little more costly because then you need a splitter. I don't really want to run a splitter on this part. Splitters are kind of not something I'm interested in. So we'll not do a splitter. Instead, we're going to do this the way that makes sense. It's to use a pulse extension since it's cheaper in vanilla. Vanilla stuff is going to be cheapest, so keep that in mind when you're doing redstone like this. It's super cheap to do what is vanilla. Avoid using extra fancy components, even though they might make it a little simpler. Plus, if I do it vanilla, it will look cool. So people will be like, oh, well, wow, he's so good at redstone. When I'm really not even that great at it. I'm just doing something that's above what you'd expect for a setup like this. And the only reason you need this is because it matters. In this particular setup, if I don't have the capability to identify what I am like doing as far as my fuel goes, or like what I'm, you know, like if I can't identify what my fuel is doing, it's going to be a problem. So I need to have exactly 12. So with this part's going to be hard because we only have one way to do the comparator. It's going to be right here. Let's get some crafting table, please. But whenever this activates, the idea is that it will allow us to split one of our 12 rods into there. See, instead of just counting and doing that system where you have a counter on both ends and being like, okay, well, we have this number. Oh, subtract this one when it gets to here. Like, that's a way of doing it, but it's not the best way of doing it. Like, I might think that, oh, yeah, that would work. It would work, for sure. But it would make more sense to set up a system that just is like, okay, well, we have one here. Send one to there. Instead of being like, oh. And we'd have to do the same thing with uranium, potentially. However, if we know thorium, we shouldn't have to do uranium. Uranium can just be like, oh, well, if we have one thorium going through, we have to do the same thing with uranium. Brain damage. Well, at least we're figuring things out. Figuring it out step by step. Technically, the way we have it set up currently, we can actually redo. I will show you guys how I'm going to redo this. Okay, let's see here. We have this set up, right? This works good and dandy, doesn't it? However, what I can, in theory, set up is something even better than that. Because I have realized that, you know, you don't just need to do this, right? You can actually do a cheaper way of doing this that doesn't require so many of these parts. And then we can figure out how to go from there. Because this is not working, in my opinion. See, this, we have a sorter here. Why aren't we using it to sort items instead of using grabbers and stupidness? Like, this is a pain. This is painful. Do not do this way. Alright, so this needs to go, and we can sort it through here. Boom. There we go. Sorter is set into position. So, with this, we can then begin working on oh my goodness, no, get the crate off the thing, get the, before it goes into the fucking nuclear thing. I don't need that right now, bro. Come on. This will allow me to do this really simple. Because now I can just be like, oh, well, we have one go through here. Boom. Detected. Then we have to set up our pass-through detectors for these. But this way, we will always know that there's only one that went through. That's the advantage to setting it up the way I'm about to set it up. See, the other way, it would be, like, questionable. This way, actually, you will always have one go through. No need for pulse extending technology. It's just a matter of figuring out the other stuff in this equation. So basically what I'm saying is all I need to do is have something like this that will allow me to do this. Then it's just figuring out how to get items routed in. Boom. So that's going to be green for whatever the heck and blue for whatever the heck whenever we deplete them next. Which we should have a few depleted next time. So for now, we'll just say that we'll have everything go through the wonderful wild card slot. Or red. We'll say red is wild card. And then obviously items come in through this side on purple. So purple's also going to be a... just say it's a whitelist filter. Or actually a blacklist filter. Route if filter doesn't match. And there's nothing in the filter, so anything will match that. Okay, perfect. For now, that's going to be how I'm going to set that up. And then we need to have a actual crate, an inserter thing. Instead of, we're going to move this one for the time being, since we're not getting progressed on this. Like, yes, we have that established, that we know exactly where all of our production is going to be. It's just, we're going to work on this first. This is the priority, is getting this counting system done while it's still in my mind, how to actually set it up. Because if I go and do something else, like let's say I want to end the stream, right? And I haven't completed this, I won't know what I'm doing next time. I'll just be like, oh, we had this idea about how to do it, but I won't remember the exact details. We need the exact details to make this happen. Otherwise, what are we doing? Okay. So this will lead into the key component here, which is going to be a couple of iron crates. You need 2 iron crates for this, which are going to be my detector. Now that you're playing, they don't want to fight. Hey, just go with the flow, man. Just go with the flow. It sounds like you guys are still going to have fun that way. If you can get them to all work together, it could be fun. Work together. Create a better future. Underground. With Volt Tech. I don't know. Some stupidness there. Alright, let's go ahead and cut down all of this cabling, because we don't need it. We need to move this. So, hit vein miner on that. Whoosh. Alright, that will allow me to make my detectors, so that way I can be like, hey, if I have this item here, we can just go ahead and set out the rod from there. The rod control system. Because it's not a 1-to-1 ratio, by the way. We only have 4. Oh, it is 1-to-1. That means every... I don't like it, though. I want to have it make sense, okay? In my head, this needs to be done this way, because otherwise it won't be perfect. It has to be, like, the perfect quantities. I can't have just, oh... hey, let's have a couple items go this way. Let's have a couple items go... I want to make sure there's no chance that we end up with 16 thorium and 2 uranium for some reason. So, like, this needs to happen this way. So, we're going to set up our counters now. The two count machines. Counting machines. Essentially, this doesn't actually count what it's going. It's just outputting whether or not an item passed through. So item pass-through scanners, pretty much. Since we always know there's going to be one fuel rod that passes through there, it makes it really simple to detect when that happens. Part of the issue with this is that I'm going to have to find some way to set up this without using too many of the 'Cause I want to be able to... It will work, but it's just going to be a pain to do it. Honestly, it'd make the most sense if I just had hoppers that hooked off of these, and then I can route from those. But then how can I scan it? Because you can't have the comparators facing like that. Could I also theoretically detect if items are in here? That's the question of all time. So we're figuring out a little bit with this. Let's see if we can actually scan, because that would be a beneficial part of this, is being able to scan information out of those ones. This redstone engineering is going to be painful. Okay, do that. And now we can figure out from here what we're doing. So, take this, place it down here, see if that works. If it doesn't work, we'll see. Oh, okay. So if I place a redstone in this, will it give me a signal? Let's go ahead and find out by throwing a redstone right there. No signal, okay. So that means that we need to have those there. Otherwise it won't work. And as far as that goes, that's gonna be... Boom. Okay. What if it works on the... It won't work on the conveyor belts. It won't work on them. So, yeah, this is gonna have to change if I want to do it with a simplicity in mind. Simplicity is what I would need to have. Let's go ahead and figure that out. How can I do this more simply? And we need more space, by the way, because this is too close. Well, we can obviously we have the starting basis of this, the foundation that we need. We just need to figure out how to output an item into a crate. And then from that item, we need to figure out how to make the space to detect. So we can have it drop in. So that would mean like, oh. I think I know what to do. Using my brain, I have created an image of what I actually think this would look like. That sounds weird, but it is what just happened. I had the image of it pop into my head, so I know what I'm doing now. Essentially, what I'm about to do is going to take this. So I can, if I have a conveyor belt available. No conveyor belts are available at this time, unfortunately. All of them have been used somehow. Okay, here we go. All that needs to be done is I place this in, boom. This goes here. We're going to set this into a vertical conveyor belt. Set this one into a vertical as well. Now what happens from the vertical conveyor belts is that they will go into these. Now that allows me to then create the shape I need. So I can now have this shift click there, and I can now have this boom shift click there, boom. Now that gets us to where I can start making a really simple way of doing this. And it keeps my counters kind of separated. The only issue is that I will have a hard time accessing this crate here, but this will be later on. We'll figure out how this is going to work. So for this, I can now be like, I could just do this with a splitter, honestly. If I'm correct, this would work with a splitter, but I'm not even gonna. I don't think it's worth the effort to try to split it, because I think that's not going to work necessarily as well as I think it will. So the advantage of this setup is that this will give me the ability to fit a piece of wire between the two of them, and also gives me the capabilities that I need to set up a comparator on top of the actual auto crafter. So that way, it like you can actually like kind of visualize what I'm saying as I go through this. Boom, 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 boom. This is why I chose this method, because it puts only one wire between two of them. So they're sharing a wire, which makes it a lot cheaper, technically. And then also, we are using hoppers at this point in time for these two. So that would be 2 hoppers go into here. And the hopper has a different tick rate, honestly. I think it does. So we now have the ability to detect, okay, this is here. So if it passes through here, it will go down into this guy. Boom. He will do the crafting, and then he will output into 2 other conveyors. So how do they output from there? Well, that will be quite simple as well, is just figuring out how to get them to output. We could just do a single line here and send it to another sorting machine if I have those available. We could also, instead of placing the comparator here, output through the top to another line there, since we already know. It'd make most sense to avoid engaging anything down here to like have it all mix in. It makes sense to not have that mix in happen. If it mixes in, boom, that's bad. But you also obviously have space on the bottom of those, which we could use. We'd also, but this is tileable almost, so like it is very tileable with this as it is. However, it doesn't matter, because it could go this way and it would still work the same. It just makes it a little less compact, honestly. And we're not using this space as it could be used. Okay, well, I like to use that space then. That's what I will do. We're going to have one single belt that will handle that. And then this guy can also have his own belt that will go out this way, and we can still avoid it, kind of. Oh! I realized how to do it. Okay. I know exactly what I'm doing. This is some brain power that's going into this, man. This is some brain power. But I actually have the answer to this question, how to do it. See, with that, all you need to do is flow the items through the middle, just like we did with the actual pipe. So essentially what I'm saying is that instead of, oh, let's go ahead and go around. Let's try to go around. No. Let's try to make one let's try to make one line, guys. No. Let's make it go through the middle. Because there is space for that. And it will keep it out of the way of the other stuff. So essentially, all we have to do, in practice, in theory, all of those words, buzzwords, you don't need them. Here we go. Set up my 2 conveyor belts, or my 2 hoppers. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. As you can see, it moves the redstone out of here into the hopper. Essentially now it's ready to craft into there. But it doesn't go in there. Look, can you not place it into there to make a, like, let's say I have a recipe for a redstone torch, right? Is that what's stopping this? Okay, there we go, it works. Perfect. Now, there's an issue I just accounted for. No matter how I set this up, it will always have to be done in a manner that is to say we now need a sorter still. Because this won't work. Unless I have a way of figuring out, oh, well, this is going to go here and this is going to... I realized I have the answer and it's not as complicated as I'm making it. We've split our lines. Okay, so we've already made it to where, oh, okay, well, we have our crafting set up. We have all of that. We don't need this. This doesn't need to be super complicated. It's actually so simple, and I'm just making it really complicated. I was so focused on, oh, let's go ahead and figure out how to do this way. No. It's really simple. It's going to blow your mind how simple this is. You see, if we have 12 thorium fuel rods, and we take one out and put it into its own crafter, it will always have the exact same quantity of zirconium rods that it did to start with. Basically, what I need to do to automate this and split my zirconium rods between my two fuel sources and keep the values the same is just separate the quantity I have at the start into their crafters and have two separate crafters. It's so simple, and yet I'm trying to make it so complicated. The only thing that I need to do after that is then make sure that the items go two different ways. So that way, they don't get mixed in with each other. So basically, what I have to do now is set up my sorter right here. Boom. Xernox is going well. I need my conveyors right here. Okay, no, that's not gonna work. Put it through here. All right, so there we go. All right, we have our conveyors doing their stuff. They're doing their job perfectly. Soon enough, they'll be doing it perfectly. Now, split the items. Pretty much, uranium goes one way, thorium goes the other way. That then means I can separate my zirconium rods and other rods off of that point. Just gonna do those so I can connect it really easily. Yes, do that. Perfect. 2 inserters, 2 automatic crafting tables. And then we just need to figure out how to separate our items using... Now, this is going to be my way of doing the separation. Instead of using a sorter to separate it, and yes, you could use 2 sorters to separate it. It'd probably be very cheap to do 2 sorters. What I'm about to do is instead, I'm going to set up a different method of doing it. Because you could use 2 sorters, right? It's not wrong. But what you could use is just the natural capabilities of these outputs to be able to do it. Which now leaves us with A, both of these guys share a cable, which is one of the benefits we were going to get anyway. And B, we now have the capability to have everything sorted without the need or hassle of some crazy complex redstone counting or like detectors or anything like that. This can be my zirconium rods. They can go straight to where they need to be crafted into the fuels they need to be. If I make this one uranium, this would make the most sense because this one should be uranium because I have to do that by hand at this time. But then this one could be thorium. That now keeps my numbers the same. So no matter what, I will always have only 12 thorium rods. Keeps it independent of that. So this just whitelists zirconium rods, and this just whitelists zirconium rods, which now means that no matter what, we will always have the same quantities of either one. This leaves enough space that I can then put these guys together. So if I have them blacklist zirconium rods, whatever they make will not be zirconium rods. No need for any kind of system that calls after... Like, this is so simple. It took me a minute to figure that out, but at least we now know the answer. It's completely doable, and you don't even need redstone. I love systems that require redstone, though, obviously. Redstone always... the second you start integrated redstone with HBM, you start hitting, like, challenging objectives. That there are some that you... Like the watch reactor. I was able to automate it with redstone. That's one of the only things in HBM mod that you need redstone for. But it's awesome that you need redstone for it because it makes a nice challenge. It makes a fun challenge to try to automate the watch reactor. Now, this will allow my setup to work. And this is the most compact it's ever gonna be. You could do this 1,000 other ways, But the way this is set up is the most simple. So now all that's left is to figure out how I'm going to craft all the stuff over there. Let's get started on auto crafting again, because we're going to need more auto crafters. Quite a few more. We're going to need 2 more to make thorium back into thorium rods, right? So let's go ahead and see how this is going to work. And also we need a space to insert back into this guy. So that's the only issue we have currently, is that. However, I can set this up in a way that we can avoid that and still have the capability to insert into this guy. It's probably going to leave a lot less space to walk under this thing, but that wasn't even a criteria I had in mind. Essentially now, all I have to do is just the same old thing. It's just do this. Oh, what? You can't go into the red? You can't do that? Conveyor build obstruct. What the heck? There's a problem with that? It's okay. We have plenty of time to figure this out. Okay, boom. Boom. That one worked. What the heck? What was the problem? What was the problem, dude? Wait, does this actually work still? I think it does. And then this guy goes into here. Then it's just about figuring out, oh, well, okay. Blacklist, so anything. Routed filter doesn't match. Then it's about figuring out what goes into my blue and my other thing. But for now, we also need to have a need to have this guy off. So that way, if something does actually happen with this, if I'm running it, I don't have the filter set yet, so I need it to be off. So to do that, you can turn off one of these guys really easily. You take one of these and just slap a lever on it, and then boom. Here's the endpoint. Now that means that I have accomplished automation of Xernox. This is a huge step, because this is like full automation for the Xernox. This will be fully automatic Xernox. Which is something that I never thought I would ever build. If I come up to here. It is super complicated though. Or, well, it's not even that complicated. It's complicated, but it's not that complicated, okay? It's not going to melt somebody's brain if they try to do this themselves. Okay, now it's all about figuring out how the heck I'm going to do these. We're going to do one of those there. We're going to have a... we'll set that up in a bit. We need to make two different conveyor systems. Or 2 different auto crafters, so... Let me go ahead and take a look at auto crafting. It shouldn't be that hard to get us there. We need iron, and then we need these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We also need to have, we have some of those tungsten wires still. Yes, we need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that's going to make the actual vacuum tubes. 4 our wonderful items known as insulators. Let's just make 32 of them. Make it easy. Just take our asbestos and throw it away. We don't need asbestos here. We need insulators. So what we really need. We also need glass. And that's kind of sad because I don't know if I actually have any. Thorium. I can take my thorium all the way over there. So then after we set up these auto crafters, we'll be able to have production of our thorium and also assembly of the thorium rods, which will then all get sent to here so they can go back into their process. So no matter if these guys run out of energy, like this is the only time I will have to actually act and do something is whenever natural uranium runs out. And it usually runs out after thorium does. So that makes things very easy on my end to manage this is that I only have to be like, oh, well, I have natural uranium. I'm missing, oh, well, actually the thorium ran out. Oh, well, I don't have to deal with that every 5 minutes. Because thorium runs out pretty fast. Compared to the other stuff. Glass. Hopefully the glass is done. Let's see. Is the glass done? It is. Perfect. The other thing I want to really figure out with this is going to be, does it produce enough thorium nuggets to actually work? That's a big thing, I think, is that's going to be producing so little thorium nuggets that it will actually need me to still supply the thorium nuggets to make the billets. However, I already can just make billets and just shove them into a inserter. It wouldn't be hard to do. Honestly, this is not difficult at all. This is quite simple. Let's go ahead and have this output up, actually, now that I think about it. It'd make the most sense to output it upwards because I can have a hopper underneath this guy, which is a cheaper method of moving items, if I'm being honest. Might be a little slower, but it is cheaper, which is good. Okay, if we're trying to save resources, trying to save on expenses that I don't need at this time, this is the way to do it. So boom. Now it does make it a little more ugly and less compact, but this is a nuclear reactor. It doesn't need to be super ultra designed. It needs to be functional. It's the bare minimum requirement I have for this. It's functionality over form. All right, let's go ahead and make those rods, or actually motors. 4 plates of iron, 4 coils. So remember that information in your head. This is really easy to do. So you take this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take this. This is for the crafters, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do this. I now have the ability to do this. Boom. Go to here and make coil. This is my favorite part because it always pulls up the motors as well. So you just have to click this twice. Walk up to it. Hit coil again. You can always see motor by coil. Stop. Boom. Oh, what? I don't have any... oh. That's because I'm stupid and I miscalculated the numbers we need. Because we actually need more red copper wire. You're supposed to make 6. Duh. Stupid. It's okay, at least we have our double coils done and I can just type in motors. Or I can type in iron plate and it will still pull it up. Boom. Vacuum tubes now. Easy peasy. Just like this. Boom. Next step. These. Boom. Completed. Grab some steel for the final part of this equation. Final part of this assembly. Also, we're going to dump off all the stuff I don't need right now that we're using crafting right there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do it. Put it all together. We need steel plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's time to assemble this. So motors, vacuum tubes. Wrap it around, put it in here. And we have our automatic crafting tables done, which is now used for making our rods, pretty much. So as we produce the items, so the first step, obviously, is going to be making the billets. The second step is going to obviously be those. And since I don't have any more inserters available, I will craft more inserters. As few as I can, because obviously this is super problematic at this time. This will go down. This will go up into there. Boom. So that way you can even see the thorium as it goes through. Tiny thorium is going in there, and then the tiny thorium becomes 6 pieces of this will make a billet. So every billet of that will go into the hopper. Perfect. Every 2 billets is a fuel rod. Now, with extracting it, that's going to be the other problem that we run into. I want to shoot it out vertically, so we're going to actually need to grab our mechanical thingies, the hydraulics, pneumatic piston. Okay. We'll use these to get the items to go up. Basically, I just need to wrap a conveyor belt with that in there. Boom. The conveyor belt is wrapped. And then it's time to set up a conveyor belt that will take it away. That's not how it's supposed to go. Boom. That gets it vertically and sends it out of there. So that then means I can have all my items go over to here if I set that up correctly. The question is now, do I have enough to make it all the way over there? That's the big question. I think we'll start from the end and work our way forward, since that's it's a question. It's an if question. And the answer is unknown. So I'll just build to it from here. This is the actual insertion point. It'd make the most sense to okay, we're gonna go around that. This way we're keeping it all kind of in one half, so that way when I get the next Xernox reactor, we have that capability to fit it in there and have it be the exact same as this one almost. If I need it to be like this one. I don't think I will actually, because at this point, we're just going to automate the production of billets of 233 and probably some reactor-grade plutonium in there, and then just shoot that over to the next Xernox reactor. That will make the technetium. I don't think we have enough. I'm going to be honest, we don't have enough. For sure, we have not enough. Wait. Oh, look at this. Let's go here. We have 9. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If that's correct, that would be very good. But I'm not trusting it. Okay, I will not trust it. I will not trust my counting. This is not good counting. Okay. Trust a guy to count this? No way. This is dangerous right here. We could have thorium billets and stuff flying. Well, actually, we won't actually have anything like that happen. Okay, route this way. Route it through there. Boom. That means now all of my zirconium rods will go into this. Any fuel rods I produce here will go there. That now means that it's ready to go. The only other thing we have to do is probably set up an auto crafter here that will handle my uranium 233. But that's it. That's just an idea. It doesn't necessarily need to be that way, does it? It'd be kind of nice to have it that way. It'd be quite nice to have it that way, actually. It's not just kind of nice. It'd be actually amazing to have it set up like that. Let's see. Could do another auto crafter for it, but at this time it's not necessary. Let's see how much energy we have available. We're currently maxed out on energy. Let's go ahead and consume our energy to produce some rare earths. That seems like a solid plan. I'm not sure what you all think of that plan, but I think it's a good plan to do. So let's go ahead and make rare earths for dash production later. Place them here. Remember, this sorter system will figure out where it needs to put the items, no matter what it may be, with 100% certainty, and then some. Now the big part of this is consuming all the energy we have inside of my Xernox reactor. Seeing as my Xernox reactor is not supplying any energy to this setup right now, I have to check, is this actually connected? Boron. I love boron. It's good. Boron is good. Ingot. Good! It's gonna consume energy now, and it's gonna consume lots of energy, dude. Lots and lots of energy. That's what I'm after. That's what I'm looking for. Energy consumption right now. Since the Xernox should have enough energy to supply that thing anyway. Let's see how this does. So I'm gonna turn it on. Bang. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some stuff that we need to power the base off of a Xernox reactor. Because I know we need to plug it in to the base. For some reason I split the cables, so I didn't actually have power going through one of these machines to the other. There we go. Power has been restored to the base, thanks to Xernox engineering. Alright, so this should, in practice, work perfectly. And I'm also going to set up the other part of this. See, this isn't just a, oh, we can have this setup, but this is we can have this setup and then have it work constantly to do a job that I don't want to do. This is what this is. And that, where that wood block is going to be a actual thing. So boom. That's where I'm going to put an automatic crafter. We need a conveyor for this as well. I'm assuming we probably can't get a conveyor from somewhere else for this. Yeah, no, we don't have any extra conveyors at this time. It's super sad. It's good to know that it does work. It's good to know that it's running. Please consume more energy much more quickly. I know we can actually max out consumption of the energy on the Xernox. I know we can do it. I know we have the means and the method. Let's do it. By all means, we can do it. Here we go. This will start consuming huge amounts of energy. So that way we're not just wasting our time producing nothing energy. Which is what we did last time. Left it sitting and it just ran forever. Here, it's no longer going to do that. Alright, so once we see that one of these is completed, i.e. it hits 100%, I can turn off the reactor for a little bit. And then I can figure out what I'm going to do from there. I actually can insert a new rod into the machine. So when that happens, I'll just swap the rod out. And then we'll just run it through the process. And we'll take out a rod to accommodate the fact that we technically just ran the setup of, oh, let's make a rod. That would be the process that would be called. It just will take a little bit for these to hit 96% or 99%, 100%. And then all of these Xernox thorium rods will go through. Oh, you know what I am missing? Hold on, I'm missing a critical component of this, which is tied into my conveyors and stuff. That's great. You know what I'm missing? I'm missing the part that takes the actual fuel rod from one to the other. Or from the... Essentially what I need to do is move that zirconium rod so it can be refilled with the thorium we produce. I didn't bring my barrels. What am I doing? Why? Why have I done this? This is not okay. This is good though. We've done some huge progress with this. This is the nuclear reactor of all time. We have the power plant working. Just we now need to get rubber so I can make more conveyors to supply my empire with conveyor belts. It's okay though, because we need to consume the energy from the Zernox reactor somehow, and this gets it done in a pretty efficient way. We'll have 0 energy by the time I'm actually ready to go turn this into stuff we need to do stuff. So that's good to know. Good to know. And also this will should I take this one with me? Is there one over there? There is one over there. Okay, where's my fluid identifier? Where the heck is that at? How do I not have my fluid identifier? That's like something so common. We're just running back and forth, doing all the stupidness and baloney that I don't need to do. Because I can't figure out how to do it correctly. That's what's going on. Do you have aromatic hydrocarbons for me? No. Okay. Not enough, at least. 1,000 is good enough to actually convert your petroleum into a bakelite. So you can make more Kalashnikovs if you want to. But for me, I just don't need that. I just need to get this so I can make the oil move. Make the oil move from one side of my oil setup to the other. AKA, run from here to there 7 times. Grab some of that. Grab some more of that. Brilliant. I say we get into making LPG fuel because it's just dumb. It's dumb to... Or make another gas flare so we can burn all the petroleum gas before it becomes an issue again. That's what happens, is that the petroleum gas builds up in the machines and I can't actually run anything after that. So we'll keep that in mind for the future of... see, this is actually too much petroleum gas right there. Too much petroleum gas is an issue. Okay, we need to eliminate that, so... Please get rid of my petroleum gas and please make bakelite now. Dang it. But at least did it make 6 rubber? Tell me we have enough for 6 rubber soon. Oh my gosh. What's the new version called? I don't even know. What do you mean what's the new version called? Explain yourself. I mean, we run the petroleum gas burning over there as well. I mean, we're not making kerosene, so it doesn't really necessarily need to have this here. I could set up another drone to run my petroleum gas back and forth. Or maybe try making LPG there. Burn that in a generator or make another gas flare. I think making a gas flare is a good because I have no idea. I'm gonna go ahead and set my gas flare here with petroleum gas so I can burn it all. We don't need petroleum gas. We need nothing, okay? Please get rid of my petroleum gas. Burn the petroleum gas and do it now. Hurry, we must do it now. Constantly producing energy here. constantly producing petroleum gas into nothing. Reduce the petroleum gas now. I beg of you. Getting a little energy out of it's not bad at all. I need more zinc. Okay, we are getting unsaturated hydrocarbons. That's good. How are we not getting more petroleum gas into there? What is the holdup? What's the problem? Who else is clogged with random garbage? This guy seems to be clogged with heating oil and stuff. By the way, is Tecto the newest version or the other files? I have no idea. I'm sorry, I'm not useful, but I have no idea. Steam bidden in. It's gotta be something early is clogged. Because if it's something early, that makes the most sense. It could be sulfur. No, that's not the issue. What if it's the actual boiler? Check the boilers. That should be the first sign of something wrong. Because if I have... Or maybe it's just I need to reset the things because they're not working. The first sign of something wrong should be pretty early on. Something's clogged early in the thing. Petroleum gas. Crude oil is clogged in there. Why is crude oil in there? Oh, it doesn't have any steam because it's nighttime. I have no idea, man. I have no clue. Okay, let's go. Let's figure this out. See, now I should have all my stuff being produced pretty consistently. And if I do some zinc processing, we should have all the zinc. We should have zinc over here too, shouldn't we? Yes. Cool, because I need this zinc to be processed and I need it now. We can't just wait on this zinc. I need to go straight to the machine itself. Start getting the zinc ready for processing. We're out of energy? That's cool. I can fix that right now. I can tell you right now, I know how to fix this. Turn on my nuclear power plant. Get the energy going. Get the energy flowing. Thankfully, it won't actually output items yet, because it's not ready for that. So we should have energy going into these. Is that enough energy for everything, as it currently is? I don't know, there's not enough energy for everything. Okay. Okay, there is enough energy for the entire base to run. Except for this guy, apparently. He doesn't have enough energy right now. It's fine, though. We can just cut off energy to those. We don't need them running right now. What I need, though, is definitely going to be the, this guy. Just centrifuge it, please. I beg you. Okay, it doesn't centrifuge. Does it shred? Please shred my zinc into zinc powder. I need it now. Alright, keep the power flowing. Let's head back to our reactor. Alright, it's time to turn off the reactor. These are at 98.4. How much energy do I have? Not enough, probably. Kerosene. We don't have any fuel being processed in there. That's good. We have 3 ready to be turned back into billets. Or ready to go to be turned back into thorium rods. Let's make all of my natural thorium back into here. Boom. Let's head over, grab the stuff. Okay, so now that we have all of that figured out, all that's running, head over to here, grab my zinc. And then I will head to the place where I can take my zinc and make rubber. Which we all know that zinc ore, if you process it, can actually make just rubber by itself. Which is crazy. But all you need is unsaturated hydrocarbons and then the zinc. What's the holdup now? It would appear that we've clogged something somehow. Oh, never mind. It's just we don't have it processing. Alright, now I have 7 rubber. We're good to go. We've completed the tasks at hand. We can set up the final conveyor belt for the processing. It's just iron? That's good. I don't like spending steel on something like that. 64 conveyor belts are done. Perfect. Place these into the position and I should have a setup that works. But this needs to have a I didn't really think it through, but this is not a hard problem to solve. Pretty much I just need to find some way to route the item to here. Boom, boom. And then figure out how I can go from there. Get up on top of here and set it in like this. Boom. We have this. Okay, this is good. But you know what's gooder is that I can actually take this route to there. That's the best route to do that in? I don't think that's the best way to go. It doesn't make a difference. It looks clean, but it's really not clean. That's pretty ugly actually. It's fine. It works. It will put items into where it needs to go. So that will allow me to get the rods back from that. So then after that, we also have the other side, which is that I need to put rods here. That's easy as well. Why is it so hard? Okay. It's done. So that means that now that will do everything it needs to do to make the stuff I need to make. So if I turn this on, get these down to their 99% depletion. Right? 99% depletion. 98. Okay, just give it some time. This is probably all I got in me for today. After we figure out if this is gonna work, it will work, so it's not a problem. It's just about figuring out how to route these items through the machines and the filters. That won't be an issue either. It should be pretty easy actually. Okay, so now turn it off since it's not running at maximum efficiency anymore. We will take this Zernox natural uranium rod, stand here on top of my decontaminator, which isn't working. Hooray! Hooray! Okay, we're gonna just wait a second. So, this is gonna go through the red, basically. That's the first step. Put the rod through red. Alright, head over to here, set it to red. Which way does it go out? Is it the other one or the other one? It's blue? Okay. Okay, set to blue then. Boom. Then go here. Alright, then I can just move this to here. It's ready for ejection. And then all I have to do is set this to whitelist, then this one to whitelist. Now if I turn this on, we should see that 4 items come out, and then that will go from there to being in those slots. So hopefully that works. 1. Okay, it's sending it through. Okay, all of them have been extracted. No, none of them have been extracted. Perfect, all of them have been extracted. All of them are ready to be processed. Have they been processed? Okay, that's good. So set this one into here. Okay, perfect. Now it's gonna process all of them by their waste components back through here. And we should have 8. Perfect. This is way simpler than I would have thought it would have been. I also like that that's a green texture there. It looks pretty beautiful. I like the texture on this. It's like the perfect amount of just beautifully done textures. Do we have an actual output for the blue stuff? Reactor grade uranium. Reactor grade plutonium. I should use the MOX fuel if I remember correctly. If I want to do MOX, I can do that. I actually think I can do the Zernox MOX fuel at this time. It means we have the capability of running a Zernox off of MOX fuel. If I look at the Zernox MOX fuel, that's literally just reactor grade plutonium and then uranium-238, right? Uranium-230. Actually, it's fuel grade uranium. Uranium fuel can be made by taking, yeah, you just need gas centrifuges for that. But that's not something I'm going to do at this time. What really is good is the plutonium fuel rod. Plutonium fuel billets are made with uranium-238 and then reactor-grade plutonium. Look at that. Well, that's some nuclear power right there. So, right, we can just mark that down as something we can do. See, this and this create some goodness, and then this 239, obviously. So these two are basically together. Okay, we will remember this information for the next stream when I can go, well, let's make another Zernox reactor, set up everything here. The name of the assembly machine you're using? It's literally called assembly machine. Assembler? HBM? No. Hold on. On the assembly machine. It was made in a tier 2 anvil. It's called assembly machine. But if you type, okay, here we go. Look at this. It is here. So you set up the reactor. Yeah, the reactor, I like the automation now. It's actually quite nice. It used to be nice, but it's now quite nicer. It's the nicest it's ever been. Achieving new levels of niceness and niceties. Let me see how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just shove in one. Let's see, if every one of these we put in there, we need to craft or take 2 out. So seeing as I have 2, boom, that's all gonna be going to a different reactor. So then this goes in here as well. Perfect. What happens next is I need to set up either another, I definitely need to set up another autocrafter for this. Let's go ahead and set up another autocrafter, since that's the way to go with this part, seeing as we're producing uranium. So the autocrafter, remember correctly, needs 2 insulators, 2 of these, and 2 tungsten wires, which I have all of those things, thankfully. That will make my vacuum tubes the first component that I'm going to need to make. Boom. A crafting table. Boom. I'm going to need to make these. But also drop off all of this stuff. And then grab my things back out of there. Alright, we're going to make 3 coils. We're going to then do this. And now we can just be like shift clicking this stuff through. This is really easy. 1, 2. Throw this on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next step is going to be simple. Type in coil. Boom. Throw this on the ground. Throw this on the ground. Boom. Everything's in my inventory now. And then switch these around. I should just have to put in the vacuum tubes and it should work. We now have an automatic crafting table which can make the uranium rods. This will now just require me to supply it with uranium every now and then. Essentially, I don't have to come by and be like, oh, well, it's out of uranium. I just have to know when this actually is out of, well, when something is out of uranium to supply it with. As long as I have uranium ingots, I can supply it by myself and put the uranium ingots right here. So then I can be like that. But I could also have a hopper that hooks into it and has a crate with a comparator that reads, oh, well, you need to supply it, and then it sends it to alarm. So that's something we'll have to do in the future, is have this with an alarm attached, so that way I can know for certain, oh, we're out of this. If I'm out of uranium, I want to know. That's going to be a big thing. Big thing for me is having uranium in there constantly to keep it supplied. And that will be done with this. And then a torch off of that. And if I could control this with redstone, that would be amazing. That'd be where I would go from there. Be like, oh, well, if it has this, then shut it off. Alright, so then... Are we crafting anything in here? No, we're not, because this is not ready to craft into there. It doesn't even have power right now. That's a shame. Let's head over to the crafter. Put in 2 of these in here. Boom, boom, boom. Crafting. Now it just needs power. Let's turn on the reactor for a second, and it should have power. Craft. Craft, craft. Refueling itself now. That is amazing. It's self-fueling. It's alive. My machinery is accomplished. So now it's able to make these. All it needs now is to wait on the thorium to deplete. So it will run for 5 billion years now. Like, actually run for 5 billion years. This is impressive. This is, like, the best automation I've ever done on this thing, because now I don't even have to come by and be like, oh, are you working? Are you actually running? I only have to do that if it runs out of thorium. If it runs out of thorium, oh no. It's gonna be a bad day. It's the end of the world. XK class end of the world scenario. No thorium, no problem. Just keeps running on uranium. But the good thing is that with this, I also get the stuff that allows me to make more stuff. So you see, look, we can make the reactor-grade plutonium. We can make, oh look, uranium-233. Perfect. Perfect fuels now. And those get you technetium. So while we don't have technetium at this time, we do have the methods of getting the technetium, which is what we need. So with that, I'll see you guys next time when we figure out how to make another Xernox reactor that will also provide us the wonderful capability to use all of the new fuels we've obtained, except for plutonium-239, which we'll talk about now, since I need to address this as well. The plutonium-239 will be consumed in every single PWR I make beyond this point. So that is how I'm going to use that. And it is a very potent PWR fuel, so it will allow us to do a lot with a PWR once we have access to them. If we have access to them soon, it'd be pretty good. I believe we will have them soon. It's just a matter of time. And then once we have them, we will have to redesign a lot of the base that uses thermal energy to run off of a PWR to supply that thermal energy. So that's a lot of stuff to think about. Also, I'm going to decorate this real quick. Looks pretty good now. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.